Welcome to another episode of Coffee Break. I am your host, Sam Esquivel, and this is presented to you by the Feld Podcast. I have a great topic today. I got a lot of notes, but I want to say thank you to the Funky Panther podcast and thanks for the Invite podcast. They were on, the TFTI guys were on the Funky Panther podcast, and it was a live broadcast. And at the end of it, they had a beef that some people knew about, some people didn't, but it got pretty serious. They shared a lot of details about it, but ultimately they have squashed it and moved past it. And so today I want to address friend drama and how challenging but how important it is for healthy relationships. And it's not easy because there's things that get said or done that hurt someone's feelings or get misunderstood. And the more time that it runs through someone's head, it becomes its own narrative, and it can turn into a very ugly thing that isn't healthy for one as an individual to carry that around, or just as a creative. Like it can even mess with your creativity. So I was so happy to see the two podcast groups come together, do a broadcast together, and move past it. And we kind of got to see them discuss it on air, and it was very interesting. And so with that, I just want to say that I am going to go ahead and present a few things that you can use if you find some drama, some misunderstanding between you and one of your friends. But it's also advice for me, because all of us could very easily go through this, and I would hate for it to ruin great friendships or the potential of great friendships. And so here's the first one. Effective communication is key. Use open, blame-free communication. Choose a calm setting. Express feelings using I statements, and listen and avoid interrupting. But I also get how hard it is. Because, the emotions are still there. We're still going back and forth. Some things are going to be clarified in the moment that no one knew beforehand. And so they're allowed a bit of emotion. But that's the first one, which is effective communication. And this is how we can accomplish, getting past and drama between friends and potential friendships. So number 2, it says empathy and understanding. Put yourself in your friend's shoe. Put yourself in the other person's shoe for mutual understanding. Acknowledge their feeling, express a desire to understand, and be open to compromise. It isn't right or wrong, your way, my way completely. It's openness. It's understanding it. Finally, when you get there, it's not just I'm wrong, you're right, I'm sorry, I forgive you. It might not be that, but understanding everybody's perspective is important altogether. That is what makes the difference. And so that, I think, is very important. I think the two groups showed a lot of that. It was, I gotta say, it was very interesting to watch it live. I learned a lot from watching it, but I'll put the links to both of their pods and that episode below in case you want to watch it and see what your thoughts are. And here we go. Let's go to number 3, setting boundaries whenever you're trying to get over some drama. Involving a neutral third party can offer an objective perspective. Consider a mutual friend, counselor, or mediator to facilitate and focus the discussion. That's so important for someone to be outside and say, wait, what are you saying? What are you meaning? You've been speaking more. Let this individual speak a little bit. Let's divide the time equally. It's very important. And for them, it was 5 there, 2 from TFTI, 3 from the Funky Panther. And there wasn't a set mediator, but they would take turns and someone would jump in and then they would continue down the story and what had happened, who said what and how. And they kind of helped each other because it was a lot of people involved in that discussion. And in a way that does help. But finding someone is important, right? For the boundaries. And I might have read the wrong one. No, I did. Setting boundaries. Clear communication, personal boundaries to prevent future conflicts, discuss specific actions that cause drama, express their needs and expectations. The 3, the 2, the 4, I lost count. I hope that this still helps. Just follow along with me. I kind of scrolled a little too far, but setting boundaries is very important. How loud can we get? Should we keep it mellow? Are we blaming still? Are we very clear? What do we do if one talks too much and you don't get to share your perspective? Set some boundaries and some rules whenever you're about to have that discussion. Sometimes you can't, and that's fine, but still kind of limit how you respond in the moment because you are trying to get past it. You're not trying to get just off your chest completely and for it to be one-sided. And then this was the one I think I misread a while ago. Seek mediation, right? Involving a third party, involving someone else to be there to kind of just observe, not take sides, but to help the conversation move along. For instance, you said this already 3 times. Why do you keep repeating it? Let's go ahead and pause there. I think everyone heard you. Now give me your perspective to the other party and such. And that's why someone in the middle that isn't involved emotionally is very important and can help in, getting past this drama. And I want to say I watched this thing happen and the guys have moved past it. So it makes me very happy because we have a great pod community here in Fort Worth, Texas, and they're crucial. Though both crews, they're there. I've talked to both of them, interviewed multiple of the guys there, and they're just a good set of people. And for me, it's better for us to be getting along. I think that now I can't wait to see what comes out of this now that they've moved past it, right? They've squashed the beef. How about that? Here we go. The last one, apologizing and forgiving. I know it sounds basic. Apologizing when necessary and be open to forgiveness for rebuilding trust. If you've contradicted, if you're considering seriously apologizing and accepting apologies, right? Forgiveness allows both parties to move forward. And that is a hard thing. But when you do apologize, it's specific. I apologize because I said this and that's it. I forgive you. I apologize because I didn't understand. I let it blow up and so on or whatever. But be very specific what you're apologizing for. But in the discussion, it might sound like it's a lot of things. But at the end of the day, there was a certain thing that really, really affected all the thinking and the misunderstanding forward. Find out what that is. And that's where the apology starts. And once you forgive each other, then figure out what are we going to do so that we can continue to grow and be great friends. And so moving past the drama, set realistic expectations. Resolving conflicts takes time. Be patient, allow reflection and positive change. And so once you come to the table and the forgiveness is asked and given and understanding is there, everyone discusses and heard each side. What is next, right? How are we going to be friends? And then from there, trust is regained. It's not given 100%. It does take time, but at least you're going down the right direction. Focus on solutions instead of dwelling on the past. Concentrate and find solutions and improving the relationship. And so at some point, you got to let it go. You cannot bring it up again. Even if you didn't say everything because you were in the moment, fine, let it go. It's in the past. There's no more fruit that you can gain from it. The fruit, the positive that came from it happened in the discussion when the understanding and the discussions and the forgiveness and apologies happen and move forward from there. And this is my favorite one. This is the best one. Learn and grow. Use the experience for personal growth, strengthening communication and conflict resolution skills. And I think that that's what I got to witness in this discussion, that there was a lot to learn, that maybe one isn't good in this scenario, and not a lot of us are. We do have to go through it, and it's never going to be comfortable. But once you see it, maybe it might help you confront your drama and save a friend that maybe y'all had an issue, and that's all you need to do is gain some understanding. And so resolving drama, it builds stronger, more resilient friendships in the long run. That's what I got for you today. I discussed 2 other pods. I'll have the link below as to the episode that I am discussing. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please subscribe, share the video, hit the like button. Thank you so much for tuning in to this coffee break. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. I enjoyed my coffee. Until the next one, be good, and we'll see you then.